guys, it's Kayla, and today I'm going to rant the heck out of Dear Evan Hansen the musical. So recently I saw Dear Evan Hansen the musical on Broadway in New York City, and this was the best experience I've ever had watching theater in my whole life. And as you can tell from my wonderful wall, I really love theater. Saying that means a lot. The music is so beautiful, the acting was absolutely stunning, and I bawled my eyes out the whole show. So here's a picture of me after Act 1. I was a mess. And then for those of you who know the show, you know how I was after Act 2. Anyway, I have written slight notes about every single song of Dear Evan Hansen, and I'm going to do a song-by-song analysis of why each song is perfectly fit and perfectly written. Thank you, Pasek and Paul. Of course, there will be spoilers within this, but if you haven't listened to a song, don't listen to me talk about that song. Quite obvious. Moving on. The first song, Anybody Have a Map? So, this song is the perfect opening to a musical with this kind of feel. It's got a very up-close, but not like musical theater in your face, a very realistic feel to it. It's got a great parallelism between the two mothers, the mother of Connor and Evan's mom. They're both struggling with the same problems with their teenage sons, and it's probably very relatable to people who have teenage brothers. That's me. Sorry, Mom, you have to deal with him. Okay. You get a feel of parallelism, which will come into like paralleling between Evan and Connor and not just between their mothers. And it also establishes the relationships between the mothers. Obviously, Connor hates his mom, and not hates, but Evan's just like, okay, Mom, get off my back. Yeah, people sign my cast. Like, his mom doesn't exactly get it. I also really love how this song doesn't necessarily have an ending. There's no resolution at the end of the song, so it's kind of like you're opening a storybook into this whole world that is Dear Evan Hansen. So next, we have Waving Through a Window. This song is magnificent, and if you clicked on this video voluntarily, I know that you know this song, and you know why this song is great, because it just is. From a music standpoint, this song uses the leading tone. Yay! The leading tone is the 7th scale degree, and there are 8 scale degrees in each scale. The 7th right before you start over again at the octave. So the reason this leading tone is really genius is because it provides a sense of resolution, because you have waving, waving. It's a half step, and so it's like the notes are very close to each other, but if you just went wave, that's just ugly, and it's just, you want to resolve. You want to go up that half step. You want to go waving. Pasek and Paul did a very good job. Throughout the whole show, they use leading tones, and I'll show you other ways they use it. Because sometimes they purposely don't resolve these leading tones, and other times they do. Moving on, I wrote All of a Sudden Change, Simon and Garfunkel. So if you've ever heard the song Bridge Over Troubled Waters, my dad really loves this song because there's a great build-up. And he said that this song, Waving Through a Window, paralleled that. And I agree, because all of a sudden, like, you're in the middle of the chorus, and it's like falling in a forest.
You're falling in a forest.
Totally unexpected. You're at this peak where you're like, raise it, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then it like slowly builds. Key change. Everything explodes on stage.
Never made a sound, if I ever make a sound. On the outside, always looking in.
At this point in the show, I was crying so much. It's not even a sad song, so if I was a mess after Waving Through a Window, you can imagine what I was after Words Fail. Next, we have For Forever. This song, I wrote Beauty, Pure Beauty. From a music standpoint, again, I wrote 3, 5, 2, 1, 3. This is a suspended chord where they go,
all we see is sky.
With that, you have 3, 5. Those are 2 notes in the major 1 chord. And so your ear kind of thinks that it's going to go to that 1 instead of 3, 5, 2. It thinks you're gonna go 3, 5, 1, but it doesn't. And so then you have this really beautiful suspension that is somewhat unexpected and extremely beautiful. Next, I wrote Suddenly I Feel the Brand. So the music kind of follows the story as Evan's telling it. It's very obvious he's just making this up. He's just making it up as he goes. No pun intended. The music follows, when he's like falling, the music follows him. The music kind of just cuts out as something would be if you would just fall on the floor and broken your arm, you know?
I suddenly feel the branch give way.
Also, the key change in this song, it took me a while to figure out this key change. So right after everything's okay, there's a key change, but the key change is 1 full step up, but it doesn't sound like it because he's singing it so low.
And everything's okay. All we see is sky.
I've never really heard a key change that wasn't meant to like build this song. The way it's used here, you kind of don't notice it. It's like the flip of a switch and Evan all of a sudden believes what he's saying, that Connor actually did come and find him. Okay. The next song, Sincerely Me. This song is just so fun. And in the show, you can tell they're having so much fun. They're dancing around, handshaking, everything. The thing I wrote down here is the syncopation. The word's reinvention. The reason it's so catchy is because it's syncopated. Reinvention. It's like super syncopated and super upbeat and I love it. I also think it's really funny that Connor is being used as blank slate. Connor repeats some of the stuff he says, like, if I stop smoking drugs. He doesn't necessarily have a character in this song, he's just being used as a blank slate and it's hilarious.
The only man that I love is my dad.
The next song is Requiem. It's hard for me to listen to it and not be really sad, but it's so pretty. It's very ironic that she's saying, I will sing no Requiem, but she is singing Requiem as she's saying, I will sing no Requiem. This is the first song that gives you a sense into the grieving of the Murphy family. You can see each of the individual characters are grieving in their own ways. Like the dad is more angry, the mom is obviously just like drained from emotion, and Laura's still kind of in denial. Laura, no. Also, my friend pointed this out. The one chord where they're all like, ah, sounds like they're crying. And it's a very accurate depiction of their grief. And it sounds like they're crying in harmony, and it's just a beautiful moment. Moving on from the sad stuff, the song If I Could Tell Her is next. This song is a very nice break from all the emotional craziness that's going on, and it's a really nice, subtle love song. It's the first time you see Zoe be interested in her brother, and what her brother was thinking, and what her brother thought about her, which is really important, because she was like, did my brother hate me like I hated him? I really love, obviously, everyone loves this part. You looked really pretty, or it looked pretty cool.
Really pretty, or it looked pretty cool.
It's a good introduction to Evan's character on stage because that's the type of character he has, a very hesitant, anxious character. The bridge of the song, again, kind of unexpected. All of a sudden he's like, if I could tell her.
If I could tell her.
So after that comes Disappear. Well, it has a great message, first of all. No one deserves to be forgotten.
No one deserves to be forgotten.
And I think it's really cool how Connor is being used now sort of as Evan's subconscious. In the beginning, it's very slow, and then all of a sudden it picks up.
Disappear. It's true.
And then at the end, it's like super slow. Alright, so that's all I wrote on the paper, so now we're just going from the brain. Next we have You Will Be Found. I cried so much during this song. Obviously the part in the beginning is Evan talking about himself. It's really great to see his character for the first time talk about let those feelings wash away. I sobbed after I heard 3 notes on the cello.
Maybe there.
I really also love the transition from the verse to the chorus, using that metaphor of light. That you step out of the sun and now you have the dark comes crashing through. And then it's also really great how it opposes waving through a window. Now people are starting to notice Evan. It's a great character growth. Obviously the character growth is built upon something really horrible. It is a good way to end the act. Everything's so bright. It's so much contrast to all the darkness of waving through a window. That was really great from a staging point of view. So moving on to Act 2. The first song is Break in a Glove. Again, there is no like musical theater-y opening number, and it's the first time you get to hear the dad's side of the story, and also the irony of him giving Evan Connor's baseball glove. It seems inappropriate, but the parents don't see that as inappropriate. They literally replace Connor with Evan. His song kind of takes a turn too. It takes that turn where it's like a kid who's lost control.
Who's lost control?
The grief is still there, very much so still there. Now it's more about Evan's connection with the family and not Evan's connection with Connor, who was connected to the family. So it's kind of breaking the whole everything's about Connor. Which, moving on to Only Us, is paralleled because she's like, I don't want to talk about my brother anymore. Can we please talk about us? So it's just a very pretty duet. But it's a good way to show the audience that Zoe does not just like Evan because of Connor. Only Us. After Only Us, there's Good For You. This song is so good. This song is like a rock song, and it's such a cool contrast to hearing Rachel Bay Jones's voice in Anybody Have a Mouth, and then Good For You is very like, good for you. There's a lot of groans and moans and anger in the song.
Is it good? Yeah, good for you.
The stylistic feel of the song mimics the anger that the mother feels. This is the beginning of everything Evan's doing tumbling down. It's not just with his mom being super pissed at him, it's Jared and Alana. Everyone's just mad at Evan, and the guilt is starting to beat him up. The part where he starts singing, along on top of them singing the chorus. And then all of a sudden he says, stop it, stop it. When he says stop it, first of all, the music stops. That's genius.
I gotta find a way to stop it, stop it. just let me out.
And then of course there's a keychain. And then comes Words Fail. No. This song messed me up. He wrecks himself on this freaking stage, which of course wrecks you because Ben Platt is the precious human being and Evan is a precious character where you're like, no, don't cry, I'm gonna cry for you. This song is slow, but then it picks up and it's got different parts to it and it doesn't necessarily make sense. There's no chorus. It's kind of like everything else in Next to Normal, which is one of my favorite songs. He does say Words Fail, obviously, a lot of times, but there is no like chorus. There's no repeating melodies necessarily. And then you have that weird transition, that couple of notes where all of a sudden he's like,
This was just a sad invention.
which parallels from Insincerely Me. All that it takes is a little reinvention. He's telling Connor, reinvent yourself. And then he's saying this was just a sad invention, as in Evan had tried to reinvent himself and failed miserably because of how he did it. The way he says, I know, after it wasn't real.
I know.
Evan knows more than anyone else what he did was wrong. You don't feel the need to be like, Evan, that was so messed up what you did. He gets it. Musically, here's the leading tone where he goes, mess that I am. That is the leading tone.
It's a mess that I am.
It's very dissonant. No one can really see. That's the leading tone too. And then all of a sudden it changes.
I learned to slam on the brakes.
That messed me up. I've seen a lot of interviews of him talking about the balance between the emotion and showing the beautiful music. He does that so harmoniously, so wonderfully. He's not singing it, he's speaking it, yelling it. He's so mad at himself.
Something to say. That's not a word. There is none. Make it true. No one. The worst. I hate it too.
When I listen to this song, I actually really appreciate how it doesn't end on an extremely sad note. He starts to realize if I'm gonna get better, I have to put myself out there, which is a really big step for Evan. Instead of falling into his own pit, he steps out of it and he's going to step into the sun, which is a parallel to step out of the sun from through the window.
Step into the sun.
Next, So Big, So Small, Rachel Bay Jones picks up this audience and just holds them. The way I put it, most of the responsibility after Words Fail is on Rachel Bay Jones to get the audience to calm down. She's reminding him everything will feel a lot different in about a year. There is a very cool musical thing and it is a minor 4 and I love minor 4s. So the 4th chord is supposed to be a major chord, but if you make it a minor chord, it sounds super cool, which is what they did with So Big, So Small. When she says a million, he's hitting that sharp 5, flat 6, and it's super dissonant. Minor 4s can be very pretty and they can be very sad. That is what they used it for. I really love the lyrics. And I did, and I do, and I will.
And I did, and I do, and I will.
It's not just saying I'm sorry for what I've done. It's saying I'm sorry for what I've done, what I'm doing, and what I will do. The line that goes, is there another truck coming to our driveway?
A truck that will take mommy away.
It's so innocently beautiful to think about. It's a very kid-like thing to think.
Mom isn't going anywhere. Your mom is staying right here, no matter what.
So now moving on to the finale finally. Again, this finale is not a musical theater finale. It doesn't even end. There's no resolution there. That's just ever. I think also is meant to mean that this story isn't over. And I think it's also meant to mean that, you know, Evan's not just gonna get better. It's realistic. It's a very optimistic point of view. All I see is sky for forever.
All I see is sky for forever.
Anyway, thanks for watching me rant about Dear Evan Hansen. I love this musical! I felt like it was necessary to have an animal nearby in case I started crying. All we see is sky for forever. Bubbles, what are you doing? Okay. Nobody's looking at me. Now display that beautifully.